the hour as we continue here on Sports Talk. An exciting day for the Hernaiz family as Darell, the latest in a long line of Hernaiz ball players with an opportunity to play professional, drafted today by the Baltimore Orioles in the 5th round with the first pick. And joining us right now, the man of the hour. He is America's own Darell Hernaiz, and he joins us live on our Village Inn hotline where all of our guests always appear. First off, good to have you on the show in El Paso, and congratulations on being the 5th round pick of the Baltimore Orioles today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, this is pretty cool because I did not realize that your family, has so much baseball running in the bloodlines, but I understand that your dad was drafted by the Dodgers about 27 years ago or so and had a chance to play 8 seasons of pro ball.
Yes, sir. He was drafted, I believe, in '92 by the Dodgers, and it's awesome. He talks to me about it a lot, and I learned a lot from him, so really appreciative of that.
Let me tell you something. He had some great seasons. I don't know how much you've looked up his career on baseballreference.com, but in particular, when he was 21 in 1996, playing in the Sally League, hit .278, 14 home runs, 73 RBIs, and 42 stolen bases. Not too shabby for your pop.
Yeah, he was a good player.
So you grow up in a family of ball players. Was baseball something that came natural to you, or was it something that you really had to put a lot of effort in and work with?
It came pretty natural, but I've also put in the work to get where I'm at. So, yeah, it's awesome. I'm grateful for it.
I don't blame you. What was your reaction when you heard the news today that you were drafted by the Orioles?
I went numb. My stomach felt a little funny and just went numb for a little bit, and yeah, it was awesome.
What were they telling you, Darell, as far as, projections and where you were expecting to possibly hear your name called?
Yeah, so originally I was projected around the 2nd or 3rd round, but I slipped a little bit to the beginning of the 5th.
Okay, so you really didn't know for sure where it was going to be, and you said anywhere from the 2nd to the 5th. But I did hear that you worked out with a ton of teams, and you had an opportunity to showcase yourself. So I can imagine, and this takes me back to Aaron Jones, and when he was drafted by the Green Bay Packers, we kept hearing his name could have been somewhere in the 2nd or 3rd round, and then he had his opportunity and has made the most of it. So sometimes it seems like it's not really where you're drafted, it's just what you do once you're drafted.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's been a lot of sleepers all around the MLB Draft history. And then, I mean, at the end of the day, when you get to pro ball, everybody's equal. You have to go and show out. So, I mean, I'm going to get the same chance that the number 1 pick had. So, I mean, all that matters. All I need.
That's right. Were you thinking that of all the teams that had shown interest in you, that the Orioles might be the team that ends up taking you?
I actually had no idea. I knew they were interested, but I didn't know they were that interested, so it was kind of a surprise, but I mean, it's awesome. I'm really grateful for them.
If you don't mind me asking, who are some of the other teams that showed a lot of interest in you prior to the draft?
The Rangers, Dodgers, Astros, Cubs, Yankees, Red Sox. Those are probably the top teams.
All right. Well, there's a lot of teams, that's for sure. But nonetheless, we're talking right now with Darell Hernaiz. He is the newest member of the Orioles organization, drafted in the 5th round. So now you've got a decision to make, right? You've signed with Texas Tech. You've committed there. But obviously, knowing that all of a sudden, you have the option with pro baseball and starting your career now with Baltimore. Tell me about how tough it's going to be for you and your family to try to decide, do you play professional baseball now, or do you wait and still go to Lubbock and start with Texas Tech?
Yeah, I mean, well, the ultimate goal is the major league. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to start my professional career. I still haven't made up my mind 100%, but I'm excited to start, so we'll see what happens.
I'm willing to bet that the Orioles have already talked to you about some of the financial arrangements to at least try and influence your opinion to choose playing for them over Texas Tech to start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought so.
Yeah. I figured as much. Well, that's good. Now, as far as your development as a ball player here in El Paso, when did you really start to see more scouts come around and more people talking seriously about you having the opportunity to play baseball professionally, Darell?
It started probably from junior to senior year that summer. It started getting pretty serious.
So about a year ago is what you're telling me.
Yes, sir.
What was the difference for you? Was it just you kept growing physically and maturing? What would you say really accounted for that?
The big difference I would say was just maturing physically, working out more. That's probably the biggest difference for me. Taking me to the next level.
How much baseball have you been playing? I'm always wondering, especially the youngsters today, because you're, 17 years old.
Yes,
have you been committed to baseball pretty much 12 months out of the year, or have you played other sports and just kind of, gravitated towards baseball, but not gone so focused on?
Not exactly 12 months, but I've pretty much played almost year-round. I mean, I started my junior year in February last year, and I played all through the summer, and I stopped playing out about October, and I started up again in February this year. So, yes, sir. I've been playing a lot, but not exactly 12 months a year.
What about as a kid, Darell? How much baseball did you play when you were growing up, and let's say you were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old?
Well, I played. I played about half a year when I was smaller in Puerto Rico, so that was fun.
You played the Plex?
No, I played in Puerto Rico when I was young.
Oh, so when did you move here to El Paso?
I moved to El Paso when I was 12, my 6th grade year.
Got it. And when you came here, did you notice a big difference in baseball as far as what you were playing prior to moving here in Puerto Rico compared to what you had after arriving?
Yes, sir. It was a big difference. The fans were way different over there than over here, and just a total culture shock for me. It was insane for me.
We're talking right now, again, with Darell Hernaiz here on Sports Talk. Let's elaborate a little bit more on that, because I know that in Puerto Rico, baseball is king. It really is. And they've got camps, and they start, getting players more inclined to playing baseball at a very, very young age, and they go from there. So when you say it was a bit of a culture shock for you and a big difference, what were the biggest changes you noticed coming to El Paso from Puerto Rico?
Well, I mean, the language, even though it's Spanish, it was way different, and the food was way different. I was not used to it at all, and just like the environment was way different. I mean, I went from humid weather to like dry and hot, so that was probably the biggest changes.
How about the quality of baseball itself that you played growing up in Puerto Rico compared to when you came here to El Paso?
Yeah, in Puerto Rico, usually like they practice a little more, and I mean the fields were okay. They weren't too nice or too bad either, but I mean the quality over there is really good, really high. So yeah, it was really high over there.
But it wasn't as big of an adjustment for you coming over here and starting to play as you grew into your teenage years in El Paso.
No, it wasn't that big of an adjustment.
Now, what would you say about just the quality of high school talent in El Paso? You come from Americas. There's been some a lot of talk about yourself and a former Americas player getting drafted here in the amateur draft. And tell me a little bit about just what you think of just the overall quality of baseball being played in El Paso High School.
Yeah, I think it's really underrated nationally. When I talk to people that scout nationally, it's really underrated, and like I feel like I want to take that to the next level. I want to prove people wrong and represent El Paso.
That's awesome stuff. Now, as you are getting your opportunity, assuming you decide to go pro and play for the Orioles, tell me this. Are there other players that you think in the next couple of years we're also going to get a chance to hear their names called and have their chance to go play pro ball just like yourself?
I mean, hopefully, everybody should be grinding, and that should be the ultimate goal of any baseball player. So, I mean, I'll be here whenever I'm in town just helping out other people and helping them succeed as well.
Fantastic. Well, listen, it's a big day for you and your family. Congratulations on getting drafted by the Orioles, Darell, and we'll get a chance to keep following you as you progress up through professional ball.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. He's Darell Hernaiz, folks, and now a member of the Baltimore Orioles as far as getting drafted. And should he sign a contract, and even though it's not a done deal, it sounds like it's pretty close, we will soon get a chance to track his pursuit, getting the ultimate goal, playing in the major leagues. That's what he talked about, and that's what he wants to do. And I'm excited for him. I think it's going to be a terrific opportunity. All right, 31 past the hour. More in a moment as we send it over right now to Adrian. He's got our first in-show SportsCenter update of the afternoon.